Hey, my name is Erik Escobar. I'm a comedian. I'm very shiny right now, and this video is how to write a joke with Erik Escobar, the comedian who's very shiny. So a joke can be anything. It can be a funny thing you write down. It can be a funny thing you tell someone. That's a joke. End of video. We're done. We're good. Can I take this off? No? Oh, cool. Okay. But a joke can have a lot of different parts. You have your setup.
Last night, someone got shot right outside my apartment.
You have your punchline.
It was the first time I've ever used a gun. Okay, it was...
You have additional punchlines. Those are called like tags.
Just a joke, just a joke. I've killed before, guys. I've killed before.
You can work it into crowd work.
I like you, sir. You're not laughing, you're just giving nods of approval to every joke. That's... feels good.
If you perform the joke, that's called an act out. Don't drink before a show, friends. So how do you write a joke? Step one, create a setup. A setup can be any phrase, anything interesting, anything unique. I like to make my setups a little wacky, a little silly, a little absurd. I like them a little personal too, that way it's like my kind of thing. But yeah, you can write anything you want. The way I look at it is if you are a comedian and you're telling jokes at a bar for two people that are both just looking at their drinks, what can you say in the setup to inspire intrigue, perk up their ears, and have them not focus on the beer and not focus on the TV, but focus on you, the performer. Hello. So right now, let's do it together. We'll do it together. Write your setup. An example of a setup that I do is this.
I also used to be a professional wrestler. It was pretty cool, man. I'm gonna tell you a quick story about my last match. I had the worst match in the whole world. It was bad because the first thing my opponent did was headbutt me right in the dick.
So now that brings us to step two. Step two is trying to figure out what your audience assumed about what you just said in your setup. In the setup of someone just headbutted me in the privatorials, what did they immediately assume? The picture in their head is someone headbutting me right in the crotch and them hurting me. That is their assumption within the setup, that I'm getting hurt. What you have to do is you have to get their assumptions and flip it. Find the opposite. This is often the hardest part of joke writing, but you can do it. I have faith in you. You're of value. You're an amazing person. You're talented. You're a positive energy in this world, and you are loved. So find the opposite of their assumptions. For this joke, it was me getting hurt. What is the opposite? What is the flip of me getting hurt? My opponent getting hurt. So now I basically have my joke. Someone gave me a headbutt to the place and they got hurt because of it. But even though that's kind of a joke, it's not necessarily like super there yet. So that brings us to step three, finesse it. Finesse sounds really fancy, but I really just mean like just make it funnier. How can you massage it? How can you talk around it? How can you say what you want to say in maybe a different way? So if my setup is I got headbutted in the place, and then my punchline is, oh, they got hurt because of it, if I finesse a little bit and I massage a little bit and I work it out, I go to open mics, I go to shows, I try to, see how I can say that a little better, it turns into a joke. And my joke is this.
The first thing my opponent did was headbutt me right in the dick. It was messed up, man. It was horrible, because it was the first time I've seen anyone get a concussion. All right? Ladies,
And that's basically how to write a joke. It sounds simple. It's kind of simple, but it's not. It's really, really hard. Because you can have a fun setup. You can move on to step 2. Write your punchline where you get the opposite of what they think and turn that into the funny thing. But finessing it is the really, really, really hard part. So what I say is, if you want to try being a comedian, don't. There's a lot of us, and it's not very fun. No, it's really fun. I don't have a lot of money. I have a Patreon. Subscribe to my Patreon, right? I don't have it yet, but it's okay. Check me out, please. But no, get out there, try comedy if you want to try comedy. Just remember, follow this simple structure. It works for me. It may not work for everyone. A lot of people have different styles the way they do comedy, and they're a lot funnier than me. I'm just sharing with the world what I know. Step 1, create your setup. Step 2, find the opposite, flip it. Step 3, finesse. Boom, 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 boom. That was the video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Go send me a little like, send me a little subscribe, do your little thing, whatever it is. Thank you for watching, and yeah.